Hi there, I'm Twyla,
And I'm William.
and we are so excited to present our proposal to you. What we have in store is a low tech, low cost plan that centers around equitability and community development. In short, we want to introduce mixed use zoning to Boston to target traffic at its source. Mixed use is a legal term for places where people can both live and work. But there are many ways to interpret this. What we want to focus on is walkable neighborhoods that integrate outdoor and recreational spaces with vertical development for both housing and commercial infrastructure. So these are spaces where cars are almost obsolete. Anyone can easily walk from their home to get groceries, visit the doctor, or spend time with friends. Reports have shown that even with the COVID-19 pandemic requiring more distanced work than ever before, traffic is still a major environmental concern. This means that simply commuting to work is not the only driver of Boston's traffic. A diverse mixed use neighborhood will help us reduce all contributing factors to create safer, healthier neighborhoods. Public health is a major reason that cities worldwide develop mixed use neighborhoods. Studies show that when walking and cycling are the most effective way of navigating, public health concerns such as obesity and cardiovascular disease plummet in incidence. And of course, respiratory health issues drop significantly when car related pollution, including greenhouse gas, decrease.
So now let's discuss how we can bring these benefits to Boston. This is the map of the city, broken down into different zoning with orange as mixed use. And as you can see, there is not a lot of orange. In fact, only 2% of Boston is mixed use, and it's really concentrated in only two significant areas: one housing development near Stony Brook and one planned community near MIT. Other than that, most of the mixed use is interspersed among commercial and residential areas. Our plan is to use published traffic data to determine which neighborhoods are the most reliant on cars. With this knowledge, we can draft legislation that recommends turning parts of these neighborhoods into mixed use. Naturally, this legislation would be drafted under the guidance of local councils, giving the communities the ability to decide how they want these measures implemented. Then, over the course of time, a neighborhood far less reliant on cars forms naturally and sustainably. So, what might this community actually look like? Well, you don't have to look much further than Montreal. Montreal has much more extensive areas of mixed use development. For example, this is the oldest neighborhood in Montreal, Oldport. The ground story of most buildings is businesses, while upper levels are residential, bringing everything closer together. Interestingly, Oldport wasn't designed this way. It was just always like this. In a sense, mixed use is just the most natural way for a city to develop. That's contrasted with another neighborhood, the Plateau, a relatively newer development. It has a slightly different design with more buildings used for just housing and just commercial use, but they're all mixed in amongst each other. Both Twyla and I live in the Plateau and have for 3 years, and not once have we needed to take a car for anything essential. Everything is within walking distance. And these real world benefits that we have discussed are completely possible to introduce in Boston and would no doubt make the city a better place to live.
In summary, mixed use zoning is a data proven method of reducing carbon emissions, strengthening public health, and building sustainable communities. Here are some great resources if you are interested in learning more. What would you like to see in your walkable neighborhood?